Your story. You're watching WCBI Sunrise.
All right, guys, welcome back into studio. Keyton Blocher is here with Benton's Military Hardware. And look, Isaac has been telling us it's cold outside and it's only going to get colder. So Keyton, you are here to tell us about heater safety, and we need to start cleaning something that I didn't even know of.
Yeah, so one thing that I actually just learned is that you're supposed to clean the glass on your fireplace.
Who knew this?
Once a year. So they actually make a specific glass cleaner for fireplaces.
Okay.
But one way that we found that's DIY kind of at home, so you don't have to go out and purchase something. Get yourself a spray bottle and put equal parts warm water and vinegar. And so we have a bunch of vinegar at the store if you don't have any at your house, and this is a little bit more concentrated, so it's made for cleaning. But basically what you're supposed to do is you just spray it on there and leave it on for like 30 seconds, and it loosens up the soot on the back of the glass, and it'll clear up the glass so you can actually see
in the fireplace.
Yeah, so you don't get that like black mark on the glass.
Yeah.
So I just found that out. That was a really cool thing, and I wanted to share that with everybody.
Well, thank you for that, because like I have a fireplace, and I don't think I've never actually.
I've never cleaned mine, so I feel terrible about it. But one thing we can do also to keep up with the cold weather coming in is to seal around our doors and windows with weather stripping or with new threshold pieces, that rubber piece that seals underneath if it starts to wear out. We sell new ones of those. They have draft stoppers you can lay on the back of the door to cover up, like, you know, the little seal for the crack that'll come through and let air through. Basically just trying to find all of those air gaps. That way you're not losing your heat out of your house and raising your bill because you're just running heat and losing. So
now I want to talk about this. So do you just cut it like with how much you need?
Yeah, you cut to size, and it's got a little sticker backing on it, and it just sticks onto whatever surface. So like in my house, I have old wood windows, so I put a strip of it at the bottom and then shoved my windows closed so that it kind of seals and puts a little bit of foam in between so that it kind of breaks up the air gap.
Interesting. And I like how you can cut it, because if you're like me, like girl math measure, I just get my hands and measure, so I feel like that's a lot better. Okay, so what about what we have here?
Yes, so this is a indoor safe, it's called a milk house heater. This is the style. We have all sorts of different types of heaters as well, wall heaters, gas, electric, all that kind of stuff. But we recommend that if you're going to use it inside, make sure somewhere on the box or on the paperwork it says indoor safe.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of folks have those propane heaters that they use for like hunting stands.
Yeah.
Some of them are indoor safe.
Okay.
Some of them are not. Don't just bring it inside and assume that it's indoor safe, because we don't want you breathing in all the fumes and all that kind of stuff. You want to make sure it's vented.
Yes.
So
that's kind of scary now that I think about it.
Yeah, and we sell the fuel for those as well. So like if you are going hunting and you want to, in the deer stand, you want to have the heater. We have the little green bottles. We actually just came out with a new product from a company that we work with that's a refillable one of those green bottles.
Okay.
Which
interesting.
cuts down on the cost of buying all these different bottles.
Yeah.
So we run sales on those bottles every winter, and then we also just wanted to remind everybody that we have these faucet drippers as opposed to the faucet covers as well, if somebody wants to try something new. And this one is a lot less maintenance than the faucet covers. You put it on that one time, you turn on your water just a little bit, and it's got a sensor inside. And once it gets below freezing, it just kind of starts dripping.
See, that I was telling someone about this after our last segment, and it just blows my mind. So how fast would you say is the install? Because it's what, 2 pieces in this box?
So that is actually a 2-pack.
Okay.
So it's actually just one piece.
Okay.
You go up to your faucet, turn the water off, screw that onto the bottom like you're screwing on a hose, and then you just turn it on and make sure there's no leaking happening at the top where it hooks to the actual like hose bib, and then you just let it do its thing.
That is so cool to me, like so interesting. And I feel like this kind of saves you from having to go outside and hook up all the stuff to not have your pipes freeze too. Because if you're like me, we have a lab and she likes to tear up the little pool noodles that we use sometimes.
Those little faucet covers, the dogs will chew on them. I have cats that roam our neighborhood, and they like to scratch on them or pull them off.
Exactly.
And so you end up losing them, and then you're like, what happened to these? I don't know where these went. And so you end up having to buy them every year.
Yeah.
So this might be an option that might save you some money and not having to buy them every year.
So can you reuse this after one time of using it, or is it kind of done after that?
No, so you can leave it on all year long if you're not even going to use your hose on that side of your house, or you have a faucet that you don't use very often, you can just leave it on until the next winter if you want to.
That is interesting and good for your budget.
Yes, it is.
All right, guys, Keaton will be back next week with more tips on what we need to know. We'll see you guys right after the break.